Good morning, guys. Welcome to Farm Business East Africa. My name is Tony, and today we are looking at dairy goats on a free range system. So they are on open grazing. This is a space where they rest in the morning, play area. And, that is the kind of housing. It's raised structures, very beautiful structures. Three of them. I think we start with this one. So this is a nursery where you would get mothers lactating. So one would maybe host about 2 mothers. Some have twins, some have triplets, and synchronized feeding. So when you have goats giving birth, this is where they will be hosted. Yeah, so it's about 3 meters, 2.5 meters by 2 meters, all of them. Very beautiful structure. Rails, you see where the manure, goat manure will collect. Now this is a ordinary structure for the rest of the flock. I have 2 of these and this other one. Sorry, the sun rays. These 2 are similar in size and in design. Ideally, they would both host around 35 goats, mature goats. So when we have winners, we try and separate that. They have one hosting mature goats, the other one would have the winners. Yeah, this is the play area. So right now they're headed out to the pastures. They'll be back at about noon after a few hours of grazing in the pastures, browsing. Then they'll come back, get some minerals, bit of milking, and then head out again in the afternoon, later afternoon, for another 3 hours of grazing and foraging. So the fencing, you have to do this. Otherwise you'll have wildlife conflicts. So it's wire mesh plus electric fencing all around. This is the only way you could have this kind of system in the area that we are in. Yeah. So the area is slightly larger than maybe 100 by 50 by 100. Yeah, almost or 1/8 of an acre. And currently it's hosting this group that was just here, hosting about 70 of those. There's another group with about 30 of those, and those are they are grazing separately because they're on a different stage of development and growth. Yeah, they're just from grazing, they're from foraging on the pastures, browsing on the shrubs and the bushes around. Yeah, there's really not much to talk about when it comes to diseases and the management of the flock, and it's something that I've observed has been very consistent with farmers or livestock keepers who are on free range system where animals get to roam free and forage. They rarely have anything to say about diseases other than the normal pests and ticks maybe, but they rarely get unwell. Rarely. In most instances, it's just normal warming and taking care of the external parasites. That's just that. Most farmers will not have much to say about vaccinations and diseases because the system simply just works. Yeah? So they have a simple routine where the animal will be let out at around 7 in the morning. They will milk it. They are milked. Then they are allowed to rest in these play areas for another hour. Then from 8 in a very hot and dry area. This is Isiolo, and by 8 the sun is always up by 8. So the dew is down. They are allowed into the pasture. They go and browse in these shrubs that surrounds the farm. Yeah, for a few hours. Then at around 12 they come back. They are milked again. After the milking, in about 2 again they are sent out to forage in the pastures again, and up to about 4:30 to 5 depending. Then they are brought in. A few others some will be milked because they are not some are better producers than others because obviously they have been processed. The only supplement they get is minerals, not on any sort of grain or cereals. They're trying to also produce in organic manner. So this is a booth for a cow, the Sahiwas. So they are sharing the paddock here. Yeah. So what you could see here is a block of salts. Pretty simple systems, and these systems work magic. So would you do that in an urban setup? No, maybe not. You'll not be able to. This in the free range will not be able to produce enough milk for you if you do not have the land or enough places to forage and to, these shrubs that the goats normally like. Again, in urban setup, contamination of the food system, so management is also on the high. So you need an animal that will produce a lot of milk to cover the expenses. However, in these ones, because I've seen here, some of these ones are producing up to 3 liters. In one sitting, you see one produce up to maybe 1.5 liters. So in normal setup, in a zero grazing setup, because of the cost of management, you need an animal that can produce over and above that to cater for the management costs, feeds and the likes. But here you're able to, you can get away with this system because there's not as much pressure in terms of costs and management. This system is just super efficient. There's something about animals and being in the outside that just builds on it builds the immunity of the animal and the hardiness. Not sure whether it's because the animal is comfortable. So these are the kids and the mother. So these had triplets. They are on that cubicle right there, and they're here to rest. They rest up to 2 in the PM, then they proceed again into pastures. Yeah. The downside of the system is that because you're in the wilderness, there might be predators. That's why they are doing this kind of fencing. It's really high. Leopards could simply just jump in, and it's electrified. It has to be, otherwise this is the biggest danger. That is the only downside of doing this kind of system. The cost is really, really low. Zero grains, just salt and nature, foraging and water. We get plenty of water. in a dry area, so you'd expect a dairy goat to require lots and lots of water. Yeah, so they have it here in the play area, right? So I think this one that is standing here, this is a Tagala. It's also been crossed, and because it's full, it is also producing some good quantity of milk. And this is a Gala. You see, it's huge in size. Yeah. Here's a token bag. Got a Sanen here, just resting. You'll see the goats are really at peace. They are not jumpy, they're not running away. The temperament, it's of a dairy goat, something to be admired. Yeah? No noises. Yeah, just chilling. Yeah, so there are many ways of doing these things. You look at your environment, find what works for you, what takes care of your pocket. If the margin allows, don't be boxed in producing in one kind of system. Yeah, produce in the system that you have the opportunity to, and always remember to put the welfare of your animals at the forefront. Yes, we're doing it also for profit, because profit will allow you to do it, and without profit it might not be possible to even keep them. However, let it be a win-win situation, because when the animals are happy, the immunity is up, your costs are low, and everyone is happy. You as the farmer, and the animal as a producer, and yeah, it's a wonderful system. So this is in Isiolo actually, and a flock of about 80 or thereabout, and they try and maintain that, because the market for milk is actually not that huge. Most people in the area do have these goats, or other forms of other methods of producing dairy. So the market is not as huge as you'd expect in urban setups, but this provides enough milk for household, normal usage. Like I've just witnessed the milking for this 1 p.m. right now, and we've just had about 5 liters, which is enough for the farm's needs. And there was milk in the morning, there will be milk in the evening, which would now be used for other things like cheese and the likes. Yeah, so I hope you've learned something. The idea is to show you that there's really not just one way of doing things. So in your thinking, do not be boxed into producing in any copy and paste kind of method. You go, observe, then design, and come up with something that works for you mostly and the animals. Yeah, that's it for me for today. I hope to catch you soon in the next one. It's bye-bye for now.